Before you continue to watch this video, I want you to take everything that you've ever heard or learned about scaling your agency, whether it's from a YouTube video, a course, or even a coach, and I want you to put it to the side because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly the steps that you need to take in order to scale your agency to $50,000 every single month in 2026. The first problem that we need to go over is going to be your lead flow. A lot of agencies have a very basic lead flow problem, meaning they have an empty pipeline. They don't have any clients to actually close, and if you don't have clients to close, there's no way that you're going to be able to get cash in the door. The first thing that you need to understand is that getting leads is just a volume game. Everyone has different methods for this, whether you want to do cold outreach and do 1,500 DMs a day, whether you want to do content, post 3 to 5 YouTube videos every single week. There's all these different methods that people are trying to push down your throat, right? Getting into paid advertisement, trying to run $50 a day to try to get new clients. What we actually need is to create a content ecosystem that leverages all 4 of these acquisition methods. We don't need to focus on just doing outreach, doing millions of DMs every single month, or trying to post an unreal amount of content that is just gonna burn us out. What we need to do is have a lead flow ecosystem in order to get consistent booked calls, right? When we're able to leverage all 4 of these, we have a good referral system, we're running some paid advertisement to our quality content, which is already producing inbound leads, and we have a strong outreach system that isn't taking too much of our time, but is still producing good results. We will be able to get these consistent booked calls, right? The only question is, are these booked calls going to be quality? It's very easy to get a high number of calls, but it is a very difficult task to make sure that every single one of the calls that we're getting on is with a qualified prospect and is actually the person that we want to be working with. Now, there's only a few things that you need to do in order to fix your lead quality. First is going to be making sure you have good positioning and clarity. Basically, does your ICP, your ideal customer profile, actually resonate with your marketing? Is what you're posting attracting the clients that you want to work with? And if the answer is no, then we need to go back and reassess right up here what we're actually doing to get these calls booked. Next is going to be poor ICP selection and call out. Basically what this means is, are we targeting the right audience for our service? And are we catching their attention? Are the people that we are trying to work with and trying to catch the attention of someone that can actually benefit from the service that we're providing? And this sounds like an easy problem, but you'd be surprised how many people do not understand the actual way that the businesses that they are trying to work with work. They do not know how they get clients. They do not know how many leads they need. They do not know how their jobs close. And when you don't understand your ICP, it is going to be very difficult for you to convince them to work with you, or especially provide a service that will benefit them. Without providing a service that benefits your ICP, you are going to never build trust, and you are going to struggle so hard to build authority in your space because you're not going to be able to build a proof-based content ecosystem, which is going to show wins, give value, and educate your ICP that you are the person that they actually need to work with. When you're able to create a proof-based content ecosystem, you're able to have good ICP selection and call them out on their pain points, and you're also able to create good positioning and clarity so they understand that you are the person that can solve their problem. Your lead quality will go up, and all the things that you're doing up here in terms of volume, posting content, doing your outreach, doing paid advertisement, and having a strong referral system will all give you high lead quality. The next problem that you're going to face is going to be your sales process. People think that you just have to be a good closer, but most people don't understand the actual sequencing that goes on behind the closing. First is going to be your show rate. Are people even showing up to your call? And how much time are you wasting on empty calls where people aren't showing up? Where you either could be leveraging more in your business, or you could be taking calls with qualified prospects. First, we need to understand, why are they not showing up? Is it because they're forgetting? Is it because they're uninterested? Or is it because they don't want you to provide this service? Now, making sure that they don't forget is a very easy fix. We just need SMS and email sequences. This can be days, hours, or even minutes before the meeting, just to make sure that they have the link and they know that it's coming and they did not forget. We also don't want to be booking too many days out, because when you book too many days out, these prospects, they might have 10 calls and this might be your only closing call. They might forget that you are the one that they're supposed to show up to. They might go to 10 other people and forget about you. So we want to make sure that we're booking them as soon as possible and that we're sending them reminders so that they aren't forgetting about our call. But if they're uninterested, what we can do is we can add pre-call nurture. There's a lot of ways to nurture before the call, but the main goal is to help pre-handle objections and convince them, once again, that you are the person that they should be working with. Another thing this is going to play into is our 11-7-4 rule. Basically what this rule is that if someone consumes 7 hours of content over 11 different touch points on 4 different platforms, when they get on a sales call, they are almost guaranteed to close. This is why we want to have so many touch points. The first one being when we outreach them or they outreach to us. Second being our content. Third being the email and SMS sequence after they book. Fourth being being the pre-call nurture, etc., etc. Another way that we can fix people being uninterested is the perceived value of what they're actually getting on the call. No one wants to get on a call feeling like they're just going to get pitched a service. And a lot of agencies will pitch the call as a sales call. They will say, get on and I will show you why you should work with me. That is not a good incentive to actually make someone feel inclined to get on the call with you. You are providing absolutely zero value, and it is likely that they don't want to show up to the call because they don't want to be sold. Who likes getting sold? We need to think, what are they actually getting from getting on this call with us? And if the answer is nothing besides a pitch, you need to fix something in your offer. Next is going to be, why don't they want to work with you? It's going to be your perceived authority. And the way that you can fix your authority is by posting better content, a proof-driven ecosystem, like I said, showing results of clients that you worked with in the past so that people believe that you are the person that can actually fix their problem, as well as having better copy in your pre-call sequences so that they feel like you are a professional. We don't want to feel like we're working with a 14-year-old. We want to feel like we're working with the best person in the space to fix our problem. All right, great. Now we have a strong booking flow with qualified prospects, as we already covered over here, to make sure our quality is strong. Now, what about our close rates? This is going to be the next bottleneck that you will face, and I'm going to explain how you can fix it right now. Each closing call is going to be different, and I cannot guess what issue you might be facing on every single closing call. So my biggest piece of advice before I break down these common ones is to record all of your calls. Make sure that you're reviewing them and actually looking back on what's working and what's not. First is going to be poor value building. And if we're not showing value in our service and the prospect isn't able to see why it's a benefit to work with us, of course, they will never close. There's a few ways that you can increase your value. One is going to be on the call, which is going to be going through their pain points and making sure that you can show them the transition that you are actually bringing them. That brings me exactly to my next biggest problem in closing, is poor transitional awareness. A lot of people are not explaining the result of a partnership and working together. They're only explaining what they're actually doing. Most people do not have a tangible idea of what a cost per lead is, and saying they'll get a $15 cost per lead does not solve any of their actual problems in their life. Telling the prospect that by working with you, you'll be able to take a vacation every year, take 10 times less calls, make 4 times more money, and your wife will love you twice as much. Now these are tangible things that they can actually relate to working with us and see the value of our service. Next is going to be having a weak offer. This is a very common one. There's too much risk involved for a prospect, especially when these people are not warm and you're outreaching to cold audiences. Having a very good risk reversal so it becomes impossible for the prospect to say no will increase your closing rates so much. Next is going to be weak urgency. You need to provide urgency. You need to make these people feel like now is the only time that they can really act on this service. You're going to get a lot of time objections. Let me think about it. I'll wait on it. Can we take this call next week? Can I pay you next month? All of these things are just showing that you do not have a strong enough urgency and that these people do not think that now is the only time for them to act. Objection handling is always going to be an issue, and you will get better at objection handling as you take more sales calls, so don't beat yourself up over it. But basically, the problem with objection handling is that you are giving into their limiting beliefs. That's all an objection is. An objection is a limiting belief that they do not think it will work for them for X reason. And what we need to do is convince them that they are limiting their own progress. Because the truth is, if you give in to their limiting beliefs and you have conviction in your product and you believe that what you are providing them will get them a result, you are doing them and yourself a disservice by not convincing them to work with you. Finally is going to be your price to reward ratio. This sounds really simple, but some people just aren't charging enough. If I'm telling you that I will bring you to $100,000 a month and I will run all your ads for you, do your email, do your SMS, do your website, do your landing page, pre-nurture all of your leads, and I'm only going to charge you $700 a month. That sounds ridiculous. People are not going to believe that there's actual value behind it. But if I did that exact same product for $8,000 up front, now it makes more sense. The ROI is more realistic. And even then you could charge $12,000, $16,000, $20,000. And that's why some of your clients aren't closing, is they don't believe you because you aren't charging enough for what you're promising. If you were out of shape and there were 2 fitness programs, one for $2K and one for $25K, which one do you think would get you better results? Just from the cost, you would believe that the $25,000 product would get you better results because of the price. Why would somebody charge $2K for the exact same service as someone charging $25,000? When you increase your prices to actually reflect the result that you're bringing your clients, they will feel more inclined to pay for it, and they will also feel inclined to pay more for it because it's more believable and they actually think that they will be able to get this result with you. This is perfect. We're actually making some progress. We finally have clients coming through the door. We have consistent book calls. We know that they're good quality. We figured out how to fix our show rates and our closing rates. Now what we need to do is fix our fulfillment. If you're having fulfillment issues and you're under $30K a month, I want to break this to you quickly. This is just a pricing issue. You're either offering too many services for too little price, or you're signing too many clients for cheap. All we need to do is increase our prices, maybe cut some of our lower level clients, and we will no longer have a fulfillment issue. Next is going to be if you're getting bad results for your clients. I'm not even talking about true bottlenecks yet. I'm just talking about if you are incapable of getting results for the people you have brought on. You will never get testimonials, you will never get referrals, and you will have such a hard time actually scaling. But the truth is, ads are very straightforward. They are not difficult. This is coming from someone who has done millions of dollars in ad spend and millions of dollars of revenue generated. Look at this, 1.4 million over a 30-day time frame. Look, you launch broad, you wait 3 days, you kill the losers, and you scale the winners. Do not overcomplicate it. Create a simple SOP for you to follow if you are too emotional to understand these rules and follow them mentally. But if you are unable to produce results for your clients, no matter what you do, if you follow everything to a T and you still cannot produce results for your clients, 9 times out of 10, it is a qualification issue. It is not a fulfillment issue. Bringing on unqualified clients in order to get cash flow is a place we've probably all been when we started our agency. We want to get the money now, and we don't really care if they're going to see results because we just want to get that cash in our pocket. But truly, now you are confusing yourself with the fulfillment issue, because the truth is, it is an acquisition issue disguised as a fulfillment issue. You are not unable to fulfill. You are unable to get good clients who actually qualify to work with your services. But there will come a time when fulfillment does become bottlenecked. And what we need to do is figure out your leverage. There are going to be some tasks that only you can do. For example, creating this YouTube video is my personal brand. This is my brand with my knowledge and my expertise in this video. I could not hire somebody to create this video any better than I could, because it is about me teaching. I am the reason that this video is what it is. Now, when it comes to actually onboarding the clients, that doesn't matter if it's me. I could have Joe Schmo actually onboard them, walk them through the process, get their ad account set up, get them onboarded onto the Slack, and it doesn't matter if it's me doing that. There is going to be a difference between tasks that you have to do and tasks that you don't have to do. The point is, outsource the low leverage tasks to A players who are going to be able to perform them just as well as you are without needing your time. This is gonna free up your time for the essential tasks that only you are able to do. This is going to allow you to actually grow your agency instead of being stuck in all the minute details. This is gonna allow more clients to actually come on board and increase your overall revenue, because you are not stuck in the $4 an hour tasks and you're actually able to outsource them. Now you might be thinking, Josh, it feels like we've gone over everything. We've gone over how to get consistent book calls, how to close them, how to fix our show rates, how to actually fulfill for clients, and what we need to do once we get bottlenecked with fulfillment. What could you possibly show us next? And what I'm going to show you is the real reason why 10 out of 11 agencies never scale. They don't track anything. Here's the truth. 95% of businesses do not track data. 4% of businesses do track data, but they don't know what to do with the data that they're tracking. And only 1% are able to track and optimize effectively from the data that is being collected. And when you do track everything, that's when you're able to get these consistent $4,000 days, $3,000 days, $2,500 days. It's from tracking. It's not from guessing. It's not from doing more volume. It's from doing what works. And if you think that you're tracking, I guarantee you're not tracking enough. You need to track everything that possibly could be a bottleneck in your business, because every single one of these arrows is somewhere that we could be falling short. And if our percentages are low, then we know exactly what we need to fix before moving on to the next step. Every single step builds on itself. And when you're able to track and optimize from the top down, you are able to create a system that cannot be stopped. What you need to do is, when you're tracking, you need to optimize based on what is actually working. A lot of times you will get emotionally attached to an idea that you feel should work in theory. But the truth is, when you look at it on paper and you're able to read the data and see what is booking calls, what is closing, what is working, you will able to make decisions that will push your business forward that aren't emotionally involved. Now, what happens when you put this entire system from tracking the right data, fulfilling the way that you should be, getting clients that actually benefit from your fulfillment services and being able to close them and have them show up to every single call? These are the results that you get. You get consistent qualified book calls every single day from 4 different channels. You're not relying on a single one to produce results. You have higher close rates, you have more qualified prospects, your workload actually decreases, you're able to increase your prices, which allows your ROI on your inputs to become larger. Your clients are showing up to these calls pre-sold. They already know that they want to buy, and they already know that you are the person that can help them. You get predictable income, and your show rates skyrocket to over 70, maybe even 80%. Now, I have given you everything in this video that you actually need to scale to $50,000 and probably even further with your agency. I wouldn't be surprised if this one video alone was able to bring you from even $0 to $10,000 every single month, and it could bring you from $10,000 to $70,000 every single month. Now, the truth is, if you're someone who doesn't have an agency, but you still watch this far, it shows that you have an interest in the topic. And if you want to get started with an agency, I would love to be able to help you and guide you through that process. You can go in the description and book a call with me and my team to see if we can actually help you and if it's something that makes sense for you. And if you do have an agency and you're looking to scale it to that next level, you watched this video, you took notes, you made sure that you understand what I was talking about and you followed, you paid attention to the things like the 7-11-4 rule, and you're actually looking to implement these systems into your business within the next 90 days and get to that $30, $50, $70,000 a month mark. As well, book a call with the link in the description. You can talk to me, with me, and see if I am actually the person that you want to help you implement this entire system for your business. We've done this with over 12 agencies. We've scaled multiple agencies to over $30,000, $40,000 every single month, and it is just continuing to grow. Our agency is continuing to grow, and I will continue doing this for as many people as it takes to show what actually needs to happen to grow your agency. Other than that, you can find me on Instagram. The link is in the description. You're able to watch exactly how I'm building these agencies in real time. You can follow along, watch the changes that they're making and see the results that they're getting, as well as feel free to message me any questions that you have regarding this video or any of the other videos you might watch on my channel. I'm all about growing my own agency and helping other agencies grow as well. I am dedicated to acquisition. I believe that it is the #1 bottleneck that is stopping people from growing. I appreciate your time and I hope you found this video entertaining. You know, we're getting close to Christmas. It's the most important time to actually start scaling and to get the results that you want to get in order to provide for your family and your friends, be able to take them on nice trips and buy them nice gifts. And if you need anything from me at all, make sure to reach out. Don't hesitate. I'm always open to my DMs, and watch my other videos. I guarantee you will learn a few things, if not be able to learn everything that you need in order to scale your agency. I will be looking forward to talking to you on the call, and let's get scaling.